Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you everyone for joining. We are going to continue Gopala Champu for uh, first few minutes, and then we'll get into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So last time when we were discussing Gopala Champu, we were discussing that Krishna, he separated himself from the Vrajavasis for 33 years. At the age of 11, he left Mathura. Sorry, he left to Mathura. He left Vrindavan to Mathura. And then he didn't return to Vrindavan after that. He spent his time in Mathura and Dwaraka for 33 years in separation from the Vrajavasis. And after 33 years, he came to the Vrajavasis back. Then he started spending time with them, and the Vrajavasis, they took a lot of time to recover from the separation. However, having recovered from that separation, they again continued their everyday pastimes with Krishna. And in that, Krishna's Janma Nakshatra, or the birthday in every month, it was being celebrated. And that day it was being celebrated after celebrating with all the friends and relatives. Krishna went to the forest along with all the cowherd boys. So in the forest, last week we saw that he was joking with Madhumangal, and Madhumangal was revealing the confidential pastimes of Krishna with the gopis to Mother Yashoda. And then he was speaking about that in front of all the friends. So Krishna told Madhumangal, if you don't keep your mouth zip, I will just stitch it with a needle and a silken thread. So basically, he closed the mouth of Madhumangal from revealing too much about Krishna's interactions with the gopis. After that, everybody was laughing around, and Krishna was catching up with the cows. He wanted to bring the cows back so that they could take it to another place. So he started playing flute. And this flute is somewhat mysterious because the same flute sound gives different message to different people. It tells to the cows what to do, and it tells to the gopis what Krishna is looking for in them, and it tells to his friends a different message. Same flute sound, but gives different messages to different devotees of the Lord. So he brought the cows together using his flute sound to one place. So when he was trying to do with this flute sound, the devatas in the sky, they started praising the flute sound. They said, ah, look at that. Usually, when you have a rope, it pulls, or when you have a stream, sorry, not a rope, when you have a stream of water that is flowing in the river, right? So it actually pushes things toward, forward, pushes things forward. But Krishna's sound, which is also like a river, it's flowing forward, right? The sound is flowing forward from the flute of Krishna. However, instead of pushing things forward, it's pulling things toward Krishna, somewhat doing the opposite thing. So the Devatas were saying, look at this astonishing thing. It looks like a river of sound. The only difference is that it pulls instead of pushing things forward. It attracts everyone to Krishna. When Krishna started playing this flute, all the living entities, they started recognizing. The cows were recognizing. Look at that. he is actually playing our sound. Moo, like that. And then the peacocks, they were thinking, no, he is actually playing our sound. Sham, like that. Huh? And then the cuckoos, they were thinking that no, Krishna is playing our sound. Coo, like that. So all of the living entities are thinking that Krishna is actually playing our own sound. They became very completely attracted to that flute sound. So this is not at all an astonishment because Krishna himself gets enchanted by his own sound, own flute sound. Then what to speak of other living entities? Since Krishna is the life of all the living beings, because he is self of the self, the Paramatma, then it is not astonishing that all the living entities will be attracted by flute sound. When the life of all the living entities, Krishna himself, gets attracted by his own flute sound. And when the cowherd boys were hearing this flute sound, they were experiencing more and more happiness. And they were getting enchanted by this sound and they were mesmerized. They were not moving his body, they are standing still. But this happiness within them is increasing. And because of this happiness, increasing happiness, they get distracted from their enchantment because they are feeling more and more bliss, and that bliss is distracting them. Suddenly, they come out of their bewitchment of that flute sound because of this happiness. And they stared at each other. What are we getting into? Huh? This is just enchanting all of us. So, after some time, they all recovered and then they went to the cows. And at that time, Madhumangal, he came and then he spoke. See what an offense to a Brahmana has caused. Krishna wanted to sue my mouth. He wanted to shut my mouth, but now all the people, their mouth got shut because of the flute sound. So in this way, Madhumangal started cracking jokes. Everybody wanted to silence me, but now everybody became silent because of the flute sound. So this is the result of offense to Brahman. Um, then all the cowherd boys, then they started herding the cows. They have different sounds for herding the cows. They will call the cows by hey, 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 like that. And if they want to take the cows to Yamuna, they will use a different word, jihi, jihi, like that. And if the cows are moving fast, they want to stop the cows. They'll say dhiri, like that. And they want the cows to drink water. They'll say ka. And they want to split the cows into multiple groups. They'll say jiri. And they want to bring them after drinking the water. They'll say thiri, thiri. So if you have ever gone to a village, you would have seen that the cowherds use different sounds, different words to make animals do different things. So even in the Vrindavan, all these cowherd boys, they use, including Krishna, all these different words to move the cows to do different things. Then, parking all the cows on the bank of the river, they entered into Yamuna, and with great bliss and joy, they bathed together and then they started singing and then playing, whatnot. So, after taking bath from the Yamuna, they came out. Then, at that time, the mothers of the boys, they have sent lunch for all the boys and Krishna. So that arrived. Then everybody started sitting around and eating the lunch. Krishna went and tasted all the different items that different people have sent with a lot of smile and putting each of this item in his tongue and then just tasting it and then praising that item. So after nicely eating with Krishna, they went and washed their mouth, and Krishna started um, be with Sridham, Dham, Sudham, Vasudham, and others. Then he took a pan. They put this pan in nice leaf, wrapped with golden foil, and put a lot of camphor within it and sprinkled with spices. So Krishna put in his mouth, and then full of his mouth, he started eating pan. And this pan was full of his mouth that his cheeks started bulging out, touching his earrings. And he was looking very beautiful. And all the boys surrounded Krishna. They observed his beauty, that posture. 1 second, let me see if my audio is okay. All right. Then now they wanted to return back to Vrindavan. So Krishna made all the cows. He brought back all the cows. And then while going back home, he let the cows eat aromatic grasses that were present on the way. So while taking the cows back, he let them also eat all these aromatic grasses present there. And then slowly, slowly, they were taking them to Vrindavan. Now, Krishna's longing to see the people of Vraja increased much more. So he started moving much faster compared to what he was previously doing. While going along the path, the Devatas and Upadevatas, they were in the sky. They started playing all music and songs for Krishna. These are also devotees. They are situated as Devatas and Upadevatas. These are not the material Devatas. These are the devotees in the spiritual world, because we are talking about the spiritual world here. Some of the Devatas, they stand in attractive airplanes. The sages, some devotees are in the form of sages. They will worship Krishna through meditation. Krishna is walking by, they'll be meditating. And some will be worshiping Krishna through mantras. And the cows, it showed its attraction to Krishna by smelling Krishna, and then looking at Krishna. The boys will be accompanying Krishna. This is how all these different devotees are attracted to Krishna and then worshipping Krishna. And the people of Vraja, they all come to the roof. They will be looking for, Krishna is coming back or not. When is he going to come back? Especially when the time comes toward evening. Everybody was waiting for Krishna, absorbing Krishna, his beauty. While coming along the way, Krishna is playing his flute as well. The cows were mooing. The cowherds were shouting. The devatas were reciting praises. And the sages were chanting the Vedas. But nothing was entering all these people's ears. Only the flute sound of Krishna. Even amidst this chaos, they were just focused on hearing the flute sound of Krishna. Nothing was disturbing them. So, as these people are moving from the forest, the village people are also coming toward the edge of the village, leaving their homes. They were also coming in crowds. These two crowds were merging with each other in the evening time. The Devatas were observing Krishna every day. Even though they are observing Krishna every day, still Krishna was appearing more and more beautiful every day. They couldn't take off their eyes. And they see that how Krishna is controlling all these cows with his flute sound. Although they have seen this previously, but every day when they watch, this event looks much more newer. In the spiritual world, nothing is old. Everything is new and newer. Okay, so we will stop here our Gopala Champu, and then we will continue Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, just to give a recap, we were looking at the Mangalacharan verses. First, we saw how the first verse, Akila Rasamrita Murti, and within that, we covered this last two sections of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So, almost half of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu we have completed. Now, the rest half we will complete. Okay. So, here, then we looked at the Mangalacharan verses. Then we looked at the definition of Uttama Bhakti, pure Bhakti. So we will be delving a little bit deeper into that. Just to give a recap on what we have covered in last class about the pure Bhakti, this is the important verse of pure Bhakti. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulyena krishna anusilanam bhaktiruttama. The Bhakti should be what is Bhakti? Bhakti means favorable, repeated action toward Krishna. Repeated service to Krishna with a favorable attitude. The attitude is there within the devotee. I want to please Krishna. That attitude should be there. That is bhakti. Now, Uttama Bhakti or pure bhakti means that bhakti activity should be free from other desires. We don't go on to pray to the Lord, give me wealth, relieve me from suffering, or give me knowledge, give me power. We don't ask all these things. That is Anyabhilashita Shunyam. If you want to practice pure bhakti. Yana karma dhyanavritam. We don't put impersonal concepts into our bhakti. We don't mix up karma kanda activities with the bhakti in the sense that we don't have faith in the karma kanda activities. If we perform bhakti like that every day, that is pure bhakti, pure sadhana bhakti. If you perform every moment, that is pure prema bhakti. So pure bhakti, uttama bhakti, contains both sadhana bhakti and sadhya bhakti. So some of the things that we have covered last time is this bhakti is a continuous service. Every day or every moment, we have to continuously serve Krishna. And or you can serve uh, things or persons related to him. For example, you can serve dham, holy dham you can serve, or you can serve devotees of Krishna. All these things are bhakti only. What is the service? Service means you are doing some activity with 11 senses. We have 11 senses, including mind. So all these 11 senses we use in the service of Krishna. We can use just the eyes in the service of Krishna. We are just taking darshan of the deity. That is service to Krishna. That is bhakti. We chant, we listen to Bhagavatam, we clean the temple, or we preach. It also includes our emotions toward Krishna. I have emotional feeling toward Krishna or Krishna's pastimes. That is also bhakti. It should be done with a favorable attitude. We should avoid unfavorable attitude, which means we don't hate Krishna. We should never hate Krishna. And the pure bhakti should be free from desires, karma, jnana, etc. It is encouraged in ISKCON, all the people practice pure bhakti, but not everybody may be able to practice pure bhakti. It is okay if you are not able to practice pure bhakti and your heart is attracted to mixed bhakti, that you have some desires to fulfill, but that is not pure bhakti. As we saw last time, different uh, different bhakti will lead to different results. These are mixed bhakti. Sorry, this is mixed bhakti. Mixed bhakti leads to shantarasa or less than shantarasa. These two options are there. Pure bhakti will lead to dasya, sakya, vatsalya, madhurya rasas. If you perform karma yoga, jnana or ashtanga yoga, you don't even reach Bhagavan. Lesser results. Bhakti yoga, you will reach Bhagavan, but based on what type of practice you do, you will reach either an inferior result or a superior result. So sadhana leads to. Okay, going back. Yeah, one more important point is that jnana means not having impersonal idea. Jnana does not mean we avoid bhakti scriptures. Bhakti scripture is essential for us to progress. Okay, these are the 9 types of bhakti you can perform. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam are important. Shravanam hearing, Kirtanam singing or reciting. Smaranam is remembering about the Lord. All the other things are part of deity worship. These other things are part of deity worship. Okay. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu overview. We have four sections: east, south, west, and north. West and north we have already completed. We are into east. East we will take a little bit more time to delve deeper because there are a lot of things that are very practical to us are present. In the eastern section, we have four chapters. We are in the first chapter, overview of Bhakti. And we have completed Mangalacharan and Uttama Bhakti, definition of pure Bhakti. Now we will enter into six characteristics of Uttama Bhakti. But before we enter into six characteristics of Uttama Bhakti, we want to understand what is this Uttama Bhakti a little bit more. We have this particular path, Uttama Bhakti. This road, each of this is a road that you can take to travel, leads to different results. This road, let's delve deeper to understand what this road consists of. So, feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions, comments. Yeah. So, I welcome all the devotees and especially Shiva's Pandit Prabhu. Thank you for joining us, Prabhu.
Thank you for having me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes, Satya Sankalpa Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Namaste Pranam.
Prabhuji, so I had a question about uh, like favorable repeated activities is called bhakti. So like I was reading Bhagavatam and that verse Kamad Bhayad Snehad, like basically even when the intention is like not directly loving Krishna, like one can still attain because of like Lord's mercy, one can still attain like the ultimate shelter. So here it is like favorable activities like Kamsa, Shishupal. Like I think even in Prabhupada said like Shishupal got I think in personal liberation. Like he no, like he merged into Krishna. So how is that different from like this conception? Is it like to attain like Krishna's lotus feet? Like is the destination different when that intention is not completely pure? I don't know if my question is making sense.
Yeah, good question. So, this verse you are referring to is in the seventh canto. Let's just open that verse. गोप्यः कामात् भयात् कंसः द्वेषात् चैद्यादयः नृपाः सम्बन्धात् वृष्णयः स्नेहात् यूयं भक्त्या वयं विभो. So it talks about different bhakti. What we are talking about here is Uttama Bhakti. That is the difference. Okay? So here, if you look at Gopyaha Kamat, this is out of lust, the gopis. This lust is spiritual lust. This is not a material lust. So this is Raganuga Bhakti, which is also part of pure Bhakti. Okay? Bhayat Kamsaha. This is not even Bhakti. So he has out of fear. Kamsa is basically meditating or absorbing in Krishna. All the time he is thinking about Krishna because of fear. He did not have favorable attitude. So this is not Uttam Bhakti, lower Bhakti. Dveshat Chaidyadeha. Out of enmity, Chaidya or Shishupala was absorbed in Krishna. He was, because of his hatred, he was able to continuously absorb in Krishna. And that bhakti is lower bhakti, bhakti in very low mode. It is not Uttama bhakti. But still, they attained some results, but not the results that you would get because of this pure bhakti. So, pure bhakti, if you practice, you will get dasya, sakya, vatsalya, madhurya rasas. But if somebody is practicing like this, for example, the demons, they attain like what they have obtained is merging into the Lord's form um, or attaining impersonal liberation like that. Sambandhat vrishneha, this is also either you can take it as prema bhakti or shuddha bhakti. Shnehat yuhyam, all these things are prema bhakti. And bhaktya vayam, vayam is he is referring to himself, Narada Muni. So that is Vaidhi Bhakti. So we have Raganuga Bhakti, and then we have Vaidhi Bhakti. All these things are, and then we have something lesser than Uttam Bhakti. All these things are given here. So this is again reflecting the verse Akama Sarva Kama Moksha Kama Udarati Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. If you have no desires, if you have all the desires, if you have desire for liberation, worship Krishna. But you will attain different results. If you have desire for liberation, you will attain Shantarasa and worship and practice Bhakti Yoga. If you are lesser than that, just like the demons have, not even having a favorable attitude, you will attain something lesser than even this impersonal liberation. But if you practice pure bhakti, then you can attain these different results. So, different practices, different results.
Okay, understood, Prabhu. And this is purely in relation with like Vrindavan or like even Vaikuntha Vasis?
Vaikunthavas is this Uttam Bhakti. Later we will study. It is of two kinds. One is Vaidhi Bhakti, one is Raganuga Bhakti. So the Vrajavasis, attaining the state of Vrajavasis will come under Raganuga. Attaining all other states, Vaikuntha or even Dwaraka also will come under Vaidhi Bhakti.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, thank you.
The next chapter we will get into that.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. And what does Madhyama lead to and Kanishta? What is the question? How is the question related here? Madhyama lead to and Kanishta. So I don't understand the question. If you can clarify, then you can try to comment upon.
No, Prabhu, you were saying that Uttama Bhakti leads to, the higher realms,
Yes. Yeah.
But then what if some devotee is at the Kanishta level or Madhyama Adhikari level?
Yes.
Where did that go? Where do they end up?
Yes. Good question. So the Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama, all of them are pure bhakti. They are practicing pure bhakti here. So we look into that. That's what we are going to look into the next slide. So sometimes we confuse pure bhakti means only prema. But this whole thing is pure bhakti yoga here. Starts from Shraddha, the first stage, goes anishta, nishta, ruchi, ashakti, bhava, prema. All these things, all these stages, you can practice pure bhakti from the very beginning. I will have desires, especially in the earlier stages, but I don't, when I'm performing chanting, I don't mix my desires into that. So my chanting is free from desires in the sense I don't ask the Lord to fulfill something. Or when I'm worshipping the deity, I don't ask the Lord to fulfill something. That my devotional service is free from desires. It's not mixed with karma jnana. But other times I have desires. That is not influencing my devotional service. That separation, if we can keep from the beginning of this bhakti, then it is all pure bhakti from the beginning. This is not alone the pure bhakti. The whole path is pure bhakti yoga. That's what here. Here, the sadhana stage, it's mixed bhakti yoga. If you practice, then we'll attain this result. Pure bhakti in the sadhana stage, if you practice, then we'll attain this. This is all Shuddha Bhakti. The Uttama Bhakti that definition we saw, Anukulyana Krishna Anusilanam Bhakti Uttama, it spans the entire path, not just the destination of the path. Okay. Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So Prabhuji, when you say in pure bhakti we don't ask for material benefits while chanting, so but what if we are asking for material benefit in a sense so that my bhakti can continue? For example, keeping my material situation steady, like family or maybe some job or something, so that I can keep continuing my services, my chanting and everything. Would that still be a material desire or?
Yeah, sometimes, we just, our mind tricks us. We don't, we may say that, I want to be steady in the job, but if being steady in the job also can lead to attraction to the job's position as well. So, yeah, but we can ask the Lord definitely for improving our bhakti. Instead of fixing the material thing, we surrender those things to the Lord, whatever the Lord navigates me. Because sometimes the difficulties that come in our life are the opportunities for us to absorb ourselves in Krishna more and more. All the time, good state, we will not, we will have difficulty in absorbing ourselves in Krishna. But when there is a difficult moment that comes in our life, it pushes us forward toward Krishna, if we have proper attitude. So we don't ask the Lord to fix material things. Rather, we ask the Lord to, we can request the Lord to fix our bhakti toward Him. If we have a lot of anarthas in the heart, oh Lord, please clean it up so that I can fix myself in your study practice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so we will look into this particular slide today in detail. Oh, what happened? Oops. Right. So the stage, this road, this particular road, it goes from bottom to top. Okay. The first, I have highlighted the important stages. The other secondary stages I have not highlighted. I put it in non-bold. The important stages are made to bold. Shraddha, the first stage. Then you have first milestone is Nishtha-bhajana, study, practice of devotional service. Then you have bhava, then you have prema. Though I have not highlighted these items, we look into all these items, but at least we should be very clear about these milestones. So this until bhava, all these stages consist of sadhana bhakti, and from bhava onwards, prema and above, it's all sadhya, that is goal. This is the goal. The sadhana bhakti, the goal of sadhana bhakti is to achieve bhava. This is the stage. From there is no control of us. It is only the Lord decides. Actually, until asakti only we have control. Beyond this, it's all Lord will decide when we should get bhava, prema, like that. But until then, it depends on our effort. We put effort. So it's both ways. We put effort until this stage, and then beyond that, the Lord helps. Of course, throughout our stage, the Lord helps, but we put actively endeavor here. And beyond this, we completely depend on the mercy of the Lord. So we'll look into the first stage, Shraddha. Shraddha means faith, deep faith. What is deep faith? That you have faith in the Bhakti scriptures. What Bhakti scriptures teach us, that is true. That faith should be there. And you should also have faith in hearing pastimes of Krishna. I want to hear Krishna. A genuine interest should be there. And genuine interest should be there to every day do chanting and deity worship or whatever one's own desired. You don't need to perform all activities of bhakti, but at least some or one or of the items of bhakti you should have genuine interest to undertake. It may be a flaky interest, but there should be an interest. And one should also have faith that bhakti will give all perfection. We don't need to do karma kanda activities to get perfection. Bhakti alone will give me the final perfection, liberation, everything, whatever it is. I don't need to perform any other spiritual path. This is faith. So Bhakti Shastra faith should be there. Hearing in pastimes and other bhakti activity, one should have interest. And the goal I will be able to attain. So that faith should be there. But this faith can be brought out by two ways. Either naturally the faith can arise, or using your intelligence you can force your mind. Sometimes the mind does not put its faith in scriptures. So you use your intelligence. Therefore, we have a lot of philosophy. This philosophy helps to control, to sharpen our intelligence. And this intelligence can sharpen or control our mind to put faith on bhakti scriptures. Naturally, some people who have faith on Bhakti scriptures, some people don't have. So they need to study this philosophy nicely so that they can control their mind and put it on the Bhakti scriptures. So this is faith. Once you have that faith, then you will take shelter of a devotee. Oh, and that devotee, you're receiving proper instructions from that devotee who has similar taste in bhakti with you and who is also affectionate toward you. Then you start your bhakti. This Shraddha, how does it arise? It arises through only one way, mercy of devotees. If devotees don't show us mercy, we won't attain the Shraddha. We can do lots of punya activities, charitable activities. We can try to be a good moralistic person. Shraddha in bhakti will not arise. Shraddha arises only by the mercy of devotees. So, therefore, the devotees go out and preach to give their mercy to others. What is this mercy? Mercy, sometimes when we say mercy, we immediately think that some other devotee will come and touch us, our head, and zap power into us, and then suddenly we have some sort of realization or something like that. Yeah, that is also there, but that is a rare case. The general mercy that devotee gives us is instructions from scriptures. He speaks what the scriptures speak to different people, and based on his realization, and he imparts faith into that person, Shraddha. Then the person gets Shraddha, and then he practices. So once he starts practicing, once he has Shraddha in the heart, he starts practicing bhajan. And bhajan here means any bhakti activity. We should not think that bhajan means the Bhakti Vinod Thakur bhajan we are talking about. That is kirtana, one of the activities of bhakti. Bhajan in general means any bhakti activity. That is called bhajan. So he starts practicing bhajan. But his bhajan, his bhakti is affected by multiple things. When he is nicely sitting and chanting, he falls asleep. Or when a nice lecture is going on, he falls asleep, he cannot control himself, even though he had enough sleep. Sometimes we don't have proper sleep in the night, and then therefore we may fall asleep during chanting or the lecture. But even though I had nice sleep at home, when I start practicing bhakti, hearing kirtan or chanting or listening to things, I fall asleep. That is anishthita-bhajana, unsteady bhakti. If that happens, it's called unsteady bhakti. Or sometimes I mix up material things into spiritual matter. For example, I will sit along with the devotees nicely, and then I want to talk about bhakti. But then suddenly I'll be talking about material things, movies, or what happened in the office, gossip, stocks, news, politics. This is called vikshep or projection. I project all these material things into bhakti practice, mixing up. Or while I am chanting, I'm thinking about all these different things, material things, mixing up. While practicing bhakti, I mix up material things into that. You can mix up in three ways: mind, words, or body. All these things you can mix up material things while practicing bhakti. Then, even though I do not have interest sometimes in performing material things, or I don't feel asleep while trying to chant my rounds or hearing Bhagavatam, still sometimes I will not have taste to practice bhakti. The material things are not disturbing me. My sleep is also not disturbing me. Still, I don't have any interest in performing chanting or anything. So that is disregard. I have distaste for bhakti activity. That happens, not every time. Sometimes it happens. That is why it is unsteady bhakti. Bhakti we are practicing, but sometimes we go through all these different stages. And then we may have dirt in our heart, anger, greed, looking at other things. I want to possess that. or pride. I am better. I'm a very good devotee. And so people should respect me. All this, etc., etc., dirt in the heart will be present during this anishta bhajana, unsteady practice. And when I try to enjoy material things, like I want to watch a nice movie, and then I'm sitting and watching a movie, then I know that I have to complete my chanting, but still, I don't want to absorb myself in chanting, or I don't want to do anything. I want to just enjoy material things. That is part of anishthita-bhakti, unsteady bhakti. So if you have these characteristics, any of these characteristics, if you go through like a sinusoidal wave, like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, you are in this stage, anishthita bhajana. So devotee endowed with all these bad qualities, what he does, he sometimes behaves like a enthusiastic person. Just knowing some basics of bhakti, he will try to show off as if he knows everything. That is too much enthusiasm. Vishwanath Chakravarti calls it utsahamahi. So, because the anarthas are present in the heart, sometimes he will be able to practice very seriously bhakti. He will be chanting for continuously and fixed time in the morning, like 1 week or 1 month, and after that it drops off. Some people can do that for even 6 months or 8 months, and then after that it drops off. And then he does not have taste for some time. And then again he rises up. He has taste, and then he chants and practice and reads and everything does usually seriously, and then it goes down. This, this sinusoidal wave will happen during anishthita bhajana. And he will be confused about what decisions to take in regard to his life and devotion. Should I retire now? Or maybe after 4 years? Or maybe after 10 years? Or maybe I'll just work until 65? Maybe I should retire right now because I want to practice bhakti fully and then attain prema in this life. No, I have to take care of my family, so I have to work. This chanchala happens in the mind. Vyuda vikalpa. So many choices he has in his. I should do this, or do this, or do this, or I should do preaching. I'll distribute books every Saturday. No, that's not working out for me. I'll just do deity worship. No, I'll just sit and read. This Vyuda vikalpa. Choices, so many choices. He gets confused by that. These choices happens because doesn't have proper knowledge of the bhakti scriptures. Therefore, he is not able to take proper decisions. One should take decisions through the help of scriptures and through the help of devotees also. One can take proper decisions. If there's knowledge is not there, then one alternates, and realization, contemplation is not there. One is unable to judge oneself properly where he is in. So this is all switching back and forth. And sometimes we are addicted to sense enjoyment. Some bad habits get stuck to our heart. We are unable to give up. And then we are just, every time we try to recover from that, and only to fall back into sense enjoyment. It could be eating, it could be watching movies, it could be association with materialistic people, it could be lust, all these things. It may be just some bad habits, addicted to it, not able to give it up. Niyama akshama. Sometimes we take vows. I will chant from today onwards 20 rounds. And then 4 days after that, I'm not able to keep up that vow. From today onwards, I'll read 20 pages of Bhagavad Gita or Prabhupada's books. Only to, after 1 month, I'm not able to follow that. Every day I will join a reading call and then attend it. And then I'll fail there. So this is all part of this unable to keep up vows. Through the vows, we try to fix our mind in the bhakti process. We force our mind to attract into bhakti process, but mind is not getting attached to it. So therefore it just retrieves back. And finally, because we are practicing bhakti, people will start recognizing. They will give respects, and they'll give sometimes money. They may give you some position. You're so and so, like that. And power. All these things can come because I'm just practicing bhakti, not doing anything else. Bhakti itself will bring all these things. Uh, be getting attached to all these things. Or somebody is respecting me, I should be a very nice devotee. Or somebody is giving me money, I want to just enjoy that. Or position, power, whatever it is. If I start enjoying that, that is part of anishthita-bhajana. All these things just to show that we are in this stage. Why these things happen? So I'm going detail into this particular stage because many of us are in this stage, and it's good to understand the different facets of it. So we have a thorough understanding of how to go to the next stage and get rid of all these things. Why these things are happening in this anishta stage? It is because we have anarthas in the heart. Anarthas are that which obstructs our progress of bhakti. That is what anartha is. And these anarthas arise via three ways. One is via sin, past sinful activities we have done, and that uh, creates samskara in our mind. Raga, dvesha, attachment and repulsion. I like this, I don't like this. I like material sense enjoyment thing, I don't like bhakti activity. This raga, dvesha. I like this, I don't like this person, I like this person, I like this, I like that, like that. These are the samskaras that are deep in our mind. And we also have misidentification with the body. I am thinking I am this body. Ignorance. I don't know I am the Atma. I am servant of the Lord. I don't know this. And I have fear of death. All these things are anarthas in the heart. All these things came because of past sinful activities. Sometimes anarthas are present in our heart because of past pious activities. I have done a lot of good punyas in my past life, and because of that, in this life, I may get a lot of wealth, a good position in a company, or CEO, or whatever you can become, and a good family life. All these things happen, or good voice, good beauty of face, body. All these things are because of past pious activity. Now I will get attracted to these things. I have wealth, I'll just enjoy. I'll just buy whatever I like to eat and then I will just enjoy that. Or I'll buy a nice car, fancy car, and then I'll just drive around. I'll watch a nice movie because I have money. I can spend, I can do. All this enjoying, addiction to enjoyment of the result of past pious activities. I have nice power. I'll just control people. I want to use it. I have nice family. I will just love them. I enjoy my family. I'll take advantage of my family in the sense. All these things are addiction to enjoying the results of past pious activities. That is also anarthas, and that disturb our bhakti. Some anarthas are there because of offenses. And this we need to be careful because the anarthas that have come to us because of pious activity and sinful activity, they will quickly go away when we practice bhakti properly. When we practice bhakti properly, they will quickly get destroyed. We don't need to do anything special. They will get destroyed. The attachment to enjoying the results of past pious activities, or the attachment and hatred for things because of past sinful activities, all these things will go away automatically if you perform bhakti properly. But this of anarthas that came because of offenses, it will take so long to go away. It's not easy to get rid of. We cannot say, I don't have any offenses in my heart, because The Bhagavatam and other scriptures say, when you are in this stage, Shraddha, or even before that, when you chant once the name of Krishna, Krishna, like that, you will quickly attain prema here. If there are no offenses, which means just chanting only one name of Krishna, all my sinful reactions and these pious reactions, whatever, all these things will get destroyed. Only once chanting the name of the Lord. Immediately, when those are destroyed, and I have attachment for the Lord because I'm doing bhakti, you will attain prema quickly, zoop, like that. If I have not attained the stage of prema, even after repeated chanting, that shows that these offenses, past committed offenses, are blocking. Or even present, also, some of us consciously or unconsciously may be performing. That will also block. So we need to be very, very careful about offenses. In the past, whatever offenses we have committed, we cannot do anything about it other than continuing our bhakti. Present, we should try to avoid the offenses very seriously. One of the main offenses is committing toward the devotees. Having hatred for the devotees in the mind or through words or through body action, scolding others, or having hatred for another person in the mind, another devotee in the mind. So we should get rid of all these offenses. If you physically committed an offense to a devotee, like slapping or beating somebody, then we should ask forgiveness to that devotee until that devotee gets satisfied. Words also the same case. If we hurt somebody by words, we should ask forgiveness. If we have only in mind, suddenly because of something we may be talking and then suddenly something will trigger anger in our mind, suddenly we'll have hatred for that devotee. If that happens, quickly one recognizes that, one can glorify that devotee in the mind. Such a very nice devotee he is. He has done these good things. He has nice bhakti toward the Lord. He's better than me in many different qualities. When we praise like that, that offense is nullified. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also acknowledges that some of these offenses can be because of fate, because of circumstances. Suddenly you will do that. When we do that, immediately we have to rectify it. Words or bodily things, we have to physically ask forgiveness. Mental thing, we mentally glorify that devotee. Okay. So, if we have not, once all these offenses are cleared up, we will be in this stage bhava. We'll quickly progress. So, until then, we need to repeatedly chant. So, only once chanting is enough to attain prema, but because we have committed offenses in the past, we need to repeatedly chant. And we need to repeatedly study the scriptures, bhakti scriptures, because some of these offenses are due to misconceptions. I may think Krishna is equivalent to other devata, or I may think other auspicious activities are equivalent to bhakti, like that. Some things are very subtle in our heart also. For example, Jiva Goswami gives the example of King Nriga. King Nriga was a pious person. He is theistic. He is not atheistic. He is theistic, which means he has faith in God. Which means in his life, he would have chanted the names of the Lord. But he was giving more importance to charity. He was giving charity, profuse charity, entire life. But at the end of his life, he has to meet Yamaraj. He was forced to meet Yamaraj. Why? He may have chanted the Krishna's name, but didn't Krishna's name protect him? Yeah, his bhakti activity, whatever he has done, got nullified because he had put more faith in charity. And therefore, that was reflecting in his life also. He didn't do bhakti continuously. Rather, he was performing karma kanda activities continuously. That shows that he has offensive nature toward the bhakti. So some of these things are very, very subtle. So when we study bhakti scriptures properly, we will understand, we'll start recognizing all these attitudes within us. Then we will correct ourselves. Not this is not good, this is not good, this is not good, this. Then this bhakti will become more and more effective. When we correct misconception in our mind and we don't physically perform offenses to the other Vaishnavas, then when we are chanting, we'll progress much more quicker. How is the progress measured? We will have taste for that bhakti activity. Our taste for bhakti activity will increase. I want to do more. I love it. That kind of taste will keep on increasing. That is a symptom of progress in bhakti. Sometimes we see that sometimes a devotee falls down from the practice of bhakti. He will be nicely performing bhakti, but then he is like, what happened? That devotee fell down. He went out of his ISKCON or whatever it is. So that is because of offense. Nothing else can stop bhakti. Only offenses can stop bhakti. He may just drop off his bhakti and then he will just go and do material things. That is a reaction of an offense. But it is not that Krishna has given up on that person fully. He will have to suffer for his offense. Physical suffering, mental suffering, all these things will be there. Once that is all done, once he has experienced the effects of the offenses, then again the faith will start in his heart. Then again he will start from here and then start anishthita-bhakti. So once a person come in the path of bhakti, he will never be given up. But it may delay. Instead of 10 births, I may take 10 million births to attain. So therefore, we carefully and mindfully we practice bhakti. So seriously. Okay. So one other thing is, even though we may be in the stage of anishthita-bhajana, if we regularly practice bhakti, we will not meet Yamaraj at the end of our life. Krishna will arrange for our next birth, until we perfect it, and devotee family or whatever favorable circumstance. But we will never meet Yamaraj. Therefore, this stage is little bit dangerous. Okay, anytime we may give up bhakti, so we should strive to attain this nishtha at least before death. If people are in this stage, it takes time to attain this nishtha. What is the quality of this nishtha? We will look into it next class. Very important stage, because that may be the goal for many of us also. So we'll discuss about this next session. Any questions, comments anybody has? Shivasmani Prabhu, you want to add anything?
No, excellent presentation overall.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, I think I want to add one thing
Yes,
though.
please, Prabhu.
Yeah, so I think because I think the devotees should take mercy and bless those who are fallen, and give the grace so that they can go from anishthita-bhajana to nishtita-bhajana. So
Yes, Prabhu, please give us mercy, Prabhu.
no. I need from all the devotees. So I'm just praying. So. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Okay. Thank you, devotees, for joining. Then we will continue next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.